Plitvice Lakes National Park, about 2.5 hours south of Zagreb, was highly recommended to us by many friends, so we were really looking forward to visiting. However, nothing could have prepared us for the incredible reality of it. A UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1979, the park is regarded as a national treasure and was a site of one of the first battles of the 1990s Croatian War for independence. Situated in the Mala Kapela mountain range, it's a nice respite from the heat of lower elevations during the summer. Unfortunately, however, as tempting as it is to swim in the crystal clear lakes, that's strictly forbidden. The lakes are grouped into the upper lakes, Gornja Jezera, and lower lakes, Donja Jezera. There are 12 upper lakes, including the largest, Kozjak, and 4 lower lakes. The park has 2 entrances. Entrance 1 and the corresponding hourly parking lot is the most popular and crowded. You will hike down to and enter at the bottom of the lower lakes. We chose and we recommend entrance 2 and its parking lot, with a hike down to the middle of the upper lakes. The area is much less crowded if you begin in the morning before visitors from entrance 1 have ascended to the upper lakes. Entry from Lot 2 starts with a hike up and over the highway, then on through the woods following the signs towards the lakes, Jezera. Signage throughout the park is excellent, directing you to facilities, parking, the electric boat stops, and even a fitting quote from Nikola Tesla. Signs also point to mapped out hiking routes. We had originally planned on taking the F route, a medium difficulty path as indicated by the orange color, but after talking with another visitor, we decided to add more of the upper lakes to our hike, and it was a great decision. Starting off, we took an electric boat that doesn't pollute the water across a narrow part of Jezero Kozjak, the largest of all the lakes. We really just couldn't get over how clear the water was. The brilliance of the Upper Lakes area is the design of the paths. You are literally walking in the middle of the lakes. It's hard to imagine being any closer than this. Other great aspects of the design are the signage showing where you are in the lake geography and the many rest areas where you can take a break and stop for a bite to eat, assuming you brought your own in. The lakes and waterfalls aren't the only attractions in the park. The flora and fauna are pretty impressive as well. including the ones that you can't see. There was also a nice, peaceful section that had no water in sight. Having circled back to the boat landing, it was time to take the long boat ride across the length of Jezero Kozjak. The exact color of the lakes varies from season to season throughout the year, and is caused by the water pouring down over limestone, other minerals, moss, and algae. The other end of Jezero Kozjak is the entry to the lower lakes and contains the most facilities within the area of the lakes themselves. There was already a long line of visitors from Entrance 1 queued up for the ride to the upper lakes, so we were definitely glad that we started early at Entrance 2. The transition areas between the lower lakes are mostly marshy, which makes for an interesting change of scenery from the upper lakes. Walking down the lower lakes, the crowds were significantly bigger, with several large school groups coming up the trail as we descended. Fortunately, there were enough breaks in the crowds to film without them getting in the way. There are also fewer waterfalls in the lower lakes, but they tend to be much more dramatic. At the end of the trail, we climbed up the 200-foot canyon towards the park exit. As we ascended, we got a final look and a new perspective on the wonder that is the Plitvice Lakes National Park. We hope that you enjoyed our video. If you did and want to see more from us, please help us out with the YouTube algorithm and hit like on the video, subscribe on our channel, and feel free to share. Fala.